bailing out very quickly.
Massachusetts led by Karen Fitzgerald inside. She's the leading scorer. Crystal Zulo runs the show for the Minute Women.
And that'll be nice because Crystal's coming back after playing at St. Peter's, being a teammate of Janet Maloof. Fitzgerald, of course, sat out last year, but she's their leading scorer this year at 6'2". She may be able to give them some strength inside.
Okay, we are ready for this Atlantic 10 women's game, and we will return with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off in just a moment.
Nets and Devils fans, all the action under one roof is now on one channel as Sports Channel brings you exclusive action from the Meadowlands. The red-hot New Jersey Devils are off to a great season. Coach Doug Carpenter has his troops playing gritty hockey, led by the sensational Kirk Muller. The Nets are rebounding strong. Look out for Buck Williams as he leads the Nets charge against the best the NBA has to offer. So don't miss out on exclusive action from the Meadowlands. Catch the Nets and Devils only on Sports Channel.
And welcome back to the Lewis Brown Athletic Center. Massachusetts and Rutgers. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the University of Massachusetts. They'll start up front. Janine Michelson, number 24, Beth Wilbur, Karen Fitzgerald, Crystal Zulo, and Tara Lewis in the backcourt. Actually, Wilbur is in the backcourt for Massachusetts and Lewis up front. For Rutgers, they will go Regina Howard at the center position. The forwards are Wicks and Foley, and in the backcourt, Maloof and Austin. Rutgers with the basketball. And here is Foley inside to Wicks. Loses the handle. Massachusetts on the turnover briefly, and then Foley lets it go out of bounds. So it will be Rutgers ball just underway here from the Athletic Center. Rutgers in their home white uniforms, Massachusetts in their road maroon uniforms. Rutgers moving left to right on your screen. Here's Maloof, Austin. And the foul underneath is Karen Fitzgerald reaching in.
For the first minute or so of ball game, very important. Both teams taking a look at each other. Rutgers in this case trying to see what Massachusetts is doing on defense. Massachusetts trying to match up and set that solid defense. On the other end, looking at Rutgers defense as they get down the floor.
Maloof into Wicks. Wicks does not get the roll. Rebound to Massachusetts. Chris Zulo will bring it across for the Minute Women. This is Tara Lewis, number 32, being played by Foley. 30-second clock, of course, in women's college basketball. That one intercepted by Howard, and Rutgers will come the other way. No score. First minute of the play of this Atlantic 10 conference game. Foley into Wicks, triple teamed and banged inside. Beth Wilbur on the foul, number 30.
Coach Grant's wanting to start out strong here. She's putting a lot of pressure on defensively, trying to create the turnovers, and both times looking to get down inside.
Maloof into Wicks. Sue turnaround is good. Banks it off the glass.
That's probably why she looks to go down inside with Wicks and Howard in there.
Rutgers up early by a bucket, 2-0. Here's Zulo, moves towards the lane, stops, pops, short. Rebound underneath to Mass, and the basket by Janine Michelson. Foley, double team, bounce pass intercepted by Michelson. Up ahead to Zulo, Chris Zulo. Quickly against former teammate Janet Maloof. Wicks with the rebound, and here comes Austin the other way. And she's ahead of the field now. She stops, does not get it to go, and the foul will be on Austin.
She took that break that time, Lou. Couldn't get out ahead of the pack, so she went to a little jump stop. Tried to go up strong, and she was too conscious of that defensive player.
Here is Zulo across the midcourt line. Beth Wilbur. Massachusetts looking for the good shot, tried to go inside, but Rutgers knocks it away. Maloof with a great pass up to Austin. She cannot score, though. Howard with the rebound, no good. Rebound underneath, knocked around. Massachusetts with the basketball. Zulo quickly up court. Austin with the interception. Foley pops in hits. Chris Foley.
Chris decided, I'm not going to take this one, and I'm going to take it from the outside.
So a slow start for both clubs. Rutgers leads 4-2. 17 and a half remaining first half. Outside, Lewis, Tara Lewis, averaging 11.5 per game, hits from the outside, and we're tied at 4.
Rutgers playing their matchup defense, and that time Massachusetts went over top of it.
Austin outside, fires and hits.
And Rutgers figures one good turn deserves another. They came down this end, did the same thing, went over top of the zone.
Talisha Austin.
Basketball.
10 seconds on the 30-second shot clock. Here's Zulo. Outside shot, no good. Wilborn from outside. Foley with the rebound. Chris fires up ahead to Wicks, and it sails out of bounds.
Obvious early on here that Rutgers is looking to run.
Lady Knights ranked second in the nation, the only undefeated Division I team left in the nation, as Auburn went down to defeat last week. Pass inside, knocked away. As we mentioned, Massachusetts stick with a winning record. They are 10-8, but they have lost 3 in a row. Zulo outside. Turnaround is good. Nice soft touch, Janine Michelson.
Rutgers again pushing it up the floor very quickly.
We're tied at 6. Here's Austin, baseline, gets the roll.
Interesting, T's 3 shots are all rolling around the rim. The power layup she had on one side, the regular fast break layup she missed, even that one went around the rim.
Blocking foul on Foley at midcourt. That's good shooter's touch, isn't it, Dick, when you can get that ball to just roll around the rim very gently.
And especially when it drops for you.
All right, that's the second team foul on Rutgers, each club with 2 team fouls, and Zulo brings it across for Massachusetts. She goes to the corner to Wilbur, back to Chris Zulo. Cross court, shot good. Janine Michelson, Massachusetts off to a good start. We are tied at 8. Suzanne Cooper into the game now for Rutgers, number 11. Massachusetts comes the other way. On the turnover, here's Zulo. Maloof with the steal. Nice pass to Foley. Chris lays it up and in.
Excellent pass. Janet that time just took Zulo with her down the right side, locked her to her. Beautiful play.
All right, there's a timeout on the floor. 14 minutes and 51 seconds remaining first half. The score is Rutgers 10 and Massachusetts
8. Congratulations and good luck. Amboy Madison Home Equity Ready Credit could be the last loan you ever have to ask for. It's ready cash you can borrow instantly for any purpose at any time. You simply write a check for whatever you need, and you can get approval within 5 days. So stop by or call any convenient Amboy Madison National Bank. Take advantage of the equity built into your home with Home Equity Ready Credit.
And welcome back to the Athletic Center. It's a young fan. I guess that's one of the Lady Night Ball girls, I believe, sitting underneath the hoop. Rutgers leads 10-8. Massachusetts, though, Dick, has looked pretty sharp in the first few minutes.
Well, they're starting tough. You mentioned they've lost 3 straight. They're in the midst of a 5-game road trip. This is the 4th game for them. They've got to get down to St. Joe's, sit around for 2 days, do not play till Sunday. That always makes it tough. They'd love to get a win here.
All right, Rutgers with the full court press, but Mass does get it in. Michelson now gives to Zulo, and she goes to Wilbur. Beth Wilbur. This is Michelson. Janine double teamed outside Fitzgerald. Zulo open momentarily. Wilbur inside, knocked away Howard. Maloof the other way. Suzanne Cooper, the freshman from Laurel, Maryland, hits the first bucket of the game, her first bucket of the game, and Rutgers leads 12-8. A bad cross-court pass there. Missy Lender into the game now, intercepts, and Foley the other way. Seen a lot of substitutions early, especially by Rutgers. Foley outside, doesn't go. Zulo quickly up court. Double teamed and a jump ball, I believe that's the call. And the two ex-St. Peter's High School players go at it. Both former teammates, Zulo and Maloof, played in the same backcourt.
Rutgers running that same defense twice. That's the last time down they put that little trap on, forced an error. That time they forced a jump ball. It went Massachusetts' way.
Ball thrown inside, knocked around, and it will be UMass ball. Last touch by Rutgers. Should mention the crowd a little bit down this evening, but that, of course, is because it is snowing outside. Maloof on the steal. Foley fills the lane and scores.
No doubt Rutgers' game plan is to get every break they can. Even if they don't get the fast break for the layup, they're going to push it down, try to get a basket off the transition.
And the Lady Knights by 6, 14-8. 7 minutes gone by in the first half. Here's Janine Michelson.
Most effective thing about the Rutgers defense now, they had been making it very difficult to get that ball inside. Almost every time that Massachusetts has attempted to get it in, Rutgers has got a hand on it, if not a steal.
Howard into the game, Austin into the game. Maloof will sit down. And Suzanne Cooper out as well for Rutgers. A wild shot put up by Massachusetts, then the rebound put in by Michelson. 14-10, Rutgers by 4. Foley quickly up court, drives baseline and is fouled. Foul on Massachusetts, Michelle Pitko. And Foley will go to the line. Third UMass team foul.
No question about what Kristen wanted to do that time was take it to the hole. And I think that's part of Teresa's game plan, saying, I don't want the team to be complacent. This is a team we could be looking beyond. So I want to get that team to be as intense as possible, as early as possible.
All right, Foley at the line, and Chris will shoot two. Chris, senior from Peabody, Massachusetts, averaging 11 points per contest, and she gets the roll on the first.
I think a lot more important to the Rutgers team than many people give credit to. I am sure everybody looks at Regina Howard, Sue Wicks, but Kristen Foley gives an awful lot to that team.
This is the second, and Massachusetts the other way. Zulo across the midcourt line, and Chris looks to set it up as Austin comes out to play her. Now in a little bit of trouble, but she finds Pitko open. Michelson, good defense here by Rutgers. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Great pass by Zulo into Fitzgerald.
And that's the first one they've been able to get inside that zone. Rutgers trying to put the traps on. Look how fast they're bringing that ball down.
Wicks outside, short, off the front of the rim, and Mass will come the other way. They can cut it to 1. Rutgers leads 15-12. Chris Zulo, considered one of the better point guards in the Atlantic 10, and you saw why on that last pass.
She set a UMass record this year, single game assist, 15. She got him against Temple.
That one knocked away. Howard tried to save, but Regina cannot get there. The ball sails out of bounds, and it will be UMass ball in front of the Rutgers bench. These two teams met earlier this year. As we mentioned, Rutgers won it 72-51. That intercepted by Howard, and Rutgers will set up. Inside, Regina Howard, good position, does not get the roll. Helen Freeman, number 42, into the game for UMass as she commits the foul.
Jack Lehman, the University of Massachusetts coach, coached the men's team for about 13 years. Coach Julius Irving, Dr. J, at UMass for 2 years before he turned pro.
And of course, Jack will be quick to tell you, I'm sure, that he taught Dr. J all those moves.
Had them in 6 NITs out of his 13 years of coaching.
Howard's second is in and out, but last touched by Massachusetts. So Rutgers will get the ball. Lender from the foul line doesn't go. And the foul on Howard, I believe, and it will be UMass going the other way. That'll be the third team foul on Rutgers. Rutgers by 4 here. They come off a victory against West Virginia, a game which they trailed at halftime. Something unusual for the Lady Knights this year. Fitzgerald hits. Karen Fitzgerald from about 13 feet. It's 16-14. Rutgers by just 2. Here's Wicks. Sue Wicks throws it away, but then Foley retrieves. Chris with the hook is short, and Massachusetts can tie on this possession.
Massachusetts doing a very nice job on those defensive boards, only giving Rutgers 1 shot.
Austin with the interception runs into Zulo, no call. Here comes Wicks, trying to nice pass inside to Howard, but Massachusetts with too many hands inside steals it. And frankly, I'm impressed with the effort by UMass so far.
Well, this happens when you're a team like this. You figure you have nothing to lose. You're going to play very tough. The question is, can they sustain it?
Wilbur hits the side of the backboard, and Howard, throwing elbows, gets the rebound. There's Foley, cross-court Wicks, who opened momentarily, but goes inside to Howard, and Regina gets a climber that goes in.
Very nice move. Just a fundamental way to attack that zone. They're in the 1-3-1 set. They went over the top to Wicks. She dropped it right down inside to Howard, and Howard had a nice power move.
Zulo outside, way off. Rebound, Lender. And the Massachusetts shooting has dropped off considerably. Wicks, in and out. Howard, though, underneath. Regina Howard.
Making a big difference on the board. Rutgers staying with their game plan, though. Push that ball up very quickly, over the top of the zone to Wicks. He just didn't hit.
Fitzgerald outside. Karen cannot hit the jumper. Here comes Rutgers the other way. Austin, nice pass to Howard, who lays it home. Regina Howard, and Jack Lehman says, timeout. 9 minutes, 18 seconds remaining first half. The score, Rutgers 22, Massachusetts 14.
Channel is proud to announce that the youngest member of the NHL is the newest member of the Sports Channel team. The exciting New Jersey Devils are now part of the Sports Channel lineup, joining the Islanders and Nets in dynamic New York area action. You'll be able to see exclusive games of the Young Devils, led by All-Star center Kirk Muller and the sensational Greg Adams. Plus, you'll cheer Sports Channel's in-depth coverage of this up-and-coming franchise. A matchup that can't miss, the Devils and Sports Channel, #1 in New York sports.
Back at the Lewis Brown Athletic Center on the campus of Rutgers University, with the Lady Knights, #2 in the nation, lead Massachusetts 22-14. Last few moments, Dick, Rutgers able to run the ball against Massachusetts and able to score on the fast break.
Well, this is always tough. You start with your game plan, and most people expect you to come out, you're ranked #2 against the team you've beaten, and just be up by 20 points right away. It doesn't happen that easily, but Rutgers is keeping their composure. They're staying with their game plan. they begin to wear out the opponents that don't quite have the players that Rutgers does.
All right, Massachusetts trailing by 8, and they'll throw it in. I thought that was a good timeout, though, by Jack Lehman, trying to stop that. Rutgers, when they start running, they are relentless.
He'd probably like to hold that timeout for another 9 minutes and make it halftime and go in at halftime with the score.
Fitzgerald knocked away. Rutgers so quick defensively inside. Michelson outside. Janine Michelson is on target. 22-16, Rutgers by 6. Austin wide open. Short jumper's good.
Rutgers guards coming out a little bit, just to put a little bit of pressure out there.
Wilbur, Beth Wilbur, averaging 10 points per game, and she hits the baseline jumper and pulls Massachusetts back to within 6. Wicks, Sue Wicks finally gets on target.
So nice, and she's getting that ball 12, 13 feet from the basket.
8-point RU lead, 26-18. And the steal by Howard. Kind of picked Fitzgerald's pocket that time. Austin in the corner. Here is Wicks inside, Howard wide open. Great pass by Wicks.
They're just attacking it so well. Done the same thing almost every time, but doing it exceptionally well. And that's really the secret of good basketball. Do a few things, but do them well.
Lady Knights by 10, 28-18. Massachusetts now trying to get back into it. Wilbur outside, that is short. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, does not go. Rebound underneath Michelson, and Freeman hits. Helen Freeman with the bucket.
And that's an unusual series to see a team get that many shots with the rebounding power that Rutgers has.
Here's Austin, Lender, Sue Wicks, baseline, inside Howard. Regina Howard scores. She has not been stopped inside. 30-20, Rutgers by 10. Under 7 minutes remaining first half. Wicks with the block. Here comes Maloof, bounce pass. Austin T lays it up and in. 32-20, Rutgers up by 12. And just that quickly, as we said, it was a close game early. Lady Knights beginning to pull away. Wicks again with the deflection. Austin dishes to Maloof. Janet stutter steps, brings it outside, goes inside to Austin, but the foul is before the shot. And Janine Michelson commits the foul. That is the 15th foul on Massachusetts. Howard and Austin will leave. And a couple of substitutions for Rutgers. Foley back into the game, along with Sharon Adamson, number 45.
Rutgers done a nice job with their game plan. Notice how every attack has been to that right side. That Regina is always right down there in that right spot, whether it comes in from Wicks, whether it comes in from Maloof. They're really executing well.
All right, 6 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first half. There's a timeout. The score is Rutgers 32 and Massachusetts 20.
Let's bring on a really big shoe.
Don't be confused by this commercial. The point we'd like to make is, for the biggest selection of high-quality athletic shoes, there's only one place, Effinger's Sporting Goods in Bound Brook. With over 30,000 pairs of athletic shoes, you can count on finding your size and style, all the brands worn by the best athletes in America. So the next time you need a pair, come to Effinger's Sporting Goods Shoe Department. Any other store looks like kids' stuff.
A look at the Rutgers pep band as they get the crowd into it. Rutgers leading by 12. Dick, we spoke about Massachusetts earlier, losing 3 in a row. They also are in the midst of a 5-game road trip, and a very tough 5-game road trip. So this is very difficult part of the schedule for Jack Lehman's club.
I was talking to Jack before the game. In fact, I came over and watched him work out a little bit, and he was complaining about that. He said, I don't like the travel, and particularly when you have to go away 5 straight times. Of course, looking at Rutgers, they've got to face that too. They've got to go away to Penn State. They've got to go away to Temple. They've got to go away to St. Joe's. They'll be tough games for them.
Old Dominion also coming up. It's a rough end to the season. Foley with a sweet shot from about 15. 34-20, Rutgers by 14. Tara Lewis. Beth Wilbur. Mass needs a bucket here. Wicks knocks it out. It will be UMass's ball.
As you said, the great quickness in there, the hands moving all the time, making it very tough for Massachusetts to penetrate well.
Freeman too hard off the rim, and Massachusetts with the rebound. Zulo looks to set it up. Mass goes inside. Freeman does not get the roll. Lewis rejected by Wicks. Jump ball. Will be Rutgers ball on the alternating possession.
Sue Wicks, I think, came from all the way over on the opposite side where she was defending. The player got the rebound. She swung along that baseline and got a hold of that one.
Now, you talk about Sue Wicks, Dick, and everyone thinks of her as a scorer, but she really is an all-around player. And she could score as well.
Nice touch from the outside. Can move inside if she has to. Rebounds, as we see down the other end, playing good defense.
36-20. And Rutgers has opened it up. Under 5 minutes remaining. Here's Zulo outside. Chris Foley ends up in the stands. Get some help from some of the RU fans. Massachusetts will throw it in, though, as it was last touched by the Lady Knights. Zulo loses, and Wicks runs into Coach Grentz. Massachusetts, though, retains Zulo at the buzzer of the 30-second clock. That's what it was. Last touch by Rutgers, and it'll be Massachusetts ball. That buzzer threw everyone off, Dick. That's what happened. Rutgers didn't know what quite was happening.
Well, Helen Freeman got that rebound under there, and as the buzzer went off, she was kind of looking around, and I think Regina just kind of took it away from her and couldn't handle it. I guess it goes off so infrequently that when it does, it's kind of a surprise.
Lewis in and out. And Massachusetts now not getting any luck at all with their shots. Maloof stops. Oh, what a pass to Howard.
Great pass. She stopped. She was actually a step behind the foul line. Could have taken that shot, but she just ducked down and saw Regina came in, gave her a nice assist.
That was a terrific play. Here comes Zulo. Massachusetts looking to set up. They trail by 18. Lewis is open. She cannot hit. And Rutgers the other way. Howard to Maloof. Quickly up the Wicks, out of bounds.
Sue that time, I think, was trying to tap it to Kristen Foley. A little touch pass there.
Let's take a look at that pass one more time. Well, you just missed it. That was a replay of the pass that you just saw. And Massachusetts the other way. Here's Zulo. Lewis. Foul. I believe foul is on Rutgers. Marissa Katawa into the game now for Rutgers, number 5. Here's Zulo.
I think the official called it a jump ball that time.
That's what it was. I was going to say, I didn't see, I saw a foul indication, but no foul call towards the side court bench. Janine Michelson with a nice play inside. And Mass gets the bucket, 38-22. Chris Foley with a nice move, but Howard gets the rebound, doesn't go. And UMass tracks it down. They can cut it to 14 with a basket here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Oh, nice dish by Michelson back to Fitzgerald.
Very nice play. Another fundamental play. Get that ball along the baseline and send your high post right down the gut. They executed that very nicely.
Wicks outside is short, and Mass the other way. Zulo pushes it up for the Minute Women. They trail by 14, under 2 minutes remaining. Lewis, nice pass to Michelson, but she can't connect. Another nice play, Dick, just didn't convert. Austin, Katala, Foley into Howard, then Wicks, back to Howard. Regina is short. Beth Wilbur hails from Hunterdon Central High School in Flemington, New Jersey, with the basketball. You have 2 New Jersey players in the backcourt for Massachusetts. Fitzgerald fouled underneath on Wicks. Kara Fitzgerald, Dick, has been fairly quiet in this game. She scored 16 points last time against Rutgers, so they went to her heavily.
Well, she's also averaging 18 points, but that'll happen sometimes. A player will get lost in a game.
Let's take a look again.
We'll see Wicks will come over from that weak side.
Yeah, there's the foul. She just reached in. Shot outside, and then Michelson has it rejected by Wicks. Gets the rebound, puts it up too hard. Rebound Fitzgerald. 3 shots at the basket that time.
Mass is doing a great job on the offensive board. If Rutgers is having any trouble, it's trying to limit them to 1 shot.
And Massachusetts within 12, 38-26. Howard underneath, does not score, and the rebound to Massachusetts. Here's Lewis. They have a 3-on-2. They go to Zulo, then over to Wilbur, who scores. Beth Wilbur.
Nice play. Janet Malou tried to draw the foul there on the pass. She wasn't able to draw that.
It's a 10-point game. 38-28. 35 seconds remaining. The foul underneath will be on Michelson.
I was wondering about that. It seems the officials are allowing them to play an awful lot inside, both offensively and defensively, and that time they caught him.
Yeah, only the 16 foul in Massachusetts and only 4 on Rutgers in the first half, so you're right, Dick, not many fouls called.
And if we get a look at Regina there when she's on offense, she is doing a great job of using her body to establish position.
Here's Austin outside. Howard, turnaround, does not get the roll. Massachusetts the other way. Hey, UMass could cut it to 8. Wilbur, here's Lewis. Fitzgerald is open. 18 seconds now. The 30-second shot clock is turned off, so Massachusetts can hold for the last shot. 10 seconds remaining. Here's Lewis, Fitzgerald. They're going to have to look for something now. Zulo saves. 3 seconds, Fitzgerald, in and out, and that'll do it. So we played 1 half of basketball here at the Lewis Brown Athletic Center. Your score at halftime is Rutgers 38, Massachusetts 28. We'll be back with a look at first half statistics and second half play in just a moment.
Sports Call. It's what phones are made for.
Welcome back to the Lewis Brown Athletic Center for Rutgers Lady Knights basketball here on TKR Cable, where Rutgers leads the Massachusetts Minute Women at halftime by the score of 38-28. And Dick Lloyd, a game of spurts really in the first half. Massachusetts played well early, then Rutgers ran off a big lead, and Massachusetts came back a little bit.
Looked like Massachusetts was going to be blown out there early on. I think it was their rebound on the offensive board that kept them in the game. Both teams, in a sense, playing very well. Massachusetts, that perhaps would have been expected to be down by 30 or 40 points, could have been easily hung in there. Rutgers, by the same token, not panicking, staying with their game plan. As I said early on, if they had any weakness the first half, it was not doing as good a job on the defensive board, and that allowed Massachusetts to get back in the game.
Head coach Teresa Shank-Grantz, one of the Rutgers cheerleaders. And let's take a look at halftime stats. As you see, field goal percentage, Rutgers shooting much better than UMass, 55-40. Free throw percentage really not valid because there weren't very many free throws in the first half.
Well, I think the statistics tell a lot of the game, with Rutgers shooting 55% because many of them are down inside to Regina Howard, certainly no more than 12 feet out, whereas Massachusetts has had trouble getting the ball inside except their rebounding efforts, so they've had to shoot mostly from the outside. Turnovers, I think, are a factor there. Rutgers pressure causing UMass to turn it over, and then look at the difference on the rebounds, and much of that is probably on the offensive board for UMass.
Yeah, I was impressed with Massachusetts off the offensive board in the first half, Dick. I thought they did a very good job.
Well, I think you have to be impressed too. They're coming down here. They know they're down. They're down by 20 points or so, and they could have given up, and they didn't. They hung with it.
All right, we're getting ready for the beginning of the second half, where Rutgers leads by 10. We'll have to see what lineups the respective coaches send out here to begin the second half. Rutgers will go with their starters: Chris Foley, senior from Peabody, Massachusetts, and Sue Wicks, junior from Central Mauritius, New York. Up front, the center's Regina Howard. She's from North Babylon, New York. And the guards will be Janet Maloof from Milltown, New Jersey, in the TKR viewing area, by the way. And Talisha Austin from Patterson, New Jersey, played at Patterson Eastside. Massachusetts will go with their original starters as well. They'll start Crystal Zulo in the backcourt. She also from St. Peter's High School in New Brunswick. Also in the backcourt, Beth Wilbur from Hunterdon Central High School in Flemington, New Jersey. Janine Michelson from Northport, New York up front. Karen Fitzgerald from Chelsea, Vermont. And Tara Lewis from East Hartford, Connecticut, all up front. Rutgers with the basketball moving right to left. They go right inside to Howard immediately, and she draws the foul. And we'll be on Janine Michelson.
That looked familiar, didn't it? Only
Yes,
this time they're going to be on the opposite side of the floor. They're not even using a screen. She's just able to get a good position down there. She does use her body, her arms, and everything very well to hold that position. They're dumping it inside to her nicely.
And Regina Howard at the line. She'll shoot two. And the first is no good off the back of the rim. Interesting note, as I was looking at the starting lineup for Massachusetts, Dick, not one starter from the state of Massachusetts. That's interesting. Second, no good. So Howard misses both, and Massachusetts comes the other way. UMass can cut it to 8. Here is Crystal Zulo. She goes to Wilbur in the corner. Beth goes cross court. Tara Lewis at the foul line, back outside to Zulo. Just underway second half. Here's Lewis. Baseline, that's a tough shot for Fitzgerald. Shot that from behind the backboard. Maloof fall. What a pass by Foley. What a pass.
Very nice job. She just stopped at the foul line, kind of looked the other way and shoveled it over.
Chris cutting the pie there a little bit, but effective.
Rutgers coming out, putting that pressure on defense.
Zulo to Wilbur. Here's Zulo. Lewis and Maloof on the steal. Janet quickly to Austin. Austin puts it up and in. Here's Fitzgerald. Zulo. Nice pass. Fitzgerald underneath lays it in. Nice pass by Chris Zulo. Here's Maloof. Across the midcourt line. 42-30. Rutgers by 12. Foley. Underneath, rebound Michelson. Massachusetts the other way, Zulo across the midcourt line. And again, Mass doing a good job off the boards. Fitzgerald is short, but Zulo gets the rebound after it was deflected by Howard. Maloof with the steal. Janet Maloof drives, tried to pass it back to Wicks, but Massachusetts with the interception and the Minutewomen the other way. Wilbur stops, pops, doesn't go, and Wicks' foul will be, I believe, on Rutgers. Dick, let's take a look at that pass by Chris Foley one more time when she came down on the break.
See her just take that little bit, the head turn there, and just made it a little bit more dramatic. I think she saw the player come on that right side, dished it very nicely.
All right, Rutgers with the basketball. Here's Austin and Maloof in the backcourt for the Lady Knights, who lead it by 12 points. 17 and a half remaining. Foley fires and hits. Chris Foley.
That certainly helps the Rutgers offense. They're strong inside. We've said that many times with Howard and Wicks, and if they can get some of that firepower from the outside, it really opens things up.
Lewis fouled by Lender. Missy Lender on the foul.
Missy just a half a step behind there, trying to drop that left leg in to cut off that baseline, and she was just a half step behind, so that was a good call.
That's the first team foul for Rutgers here in the second half, and UMass will fire in underneath their own bucket. Here is Lewis, deflected. Maloof, Rutgers 3-on-2. Maloof bounce pass, Foley, Chris lays it up. Traveling is the call, so the basket does not count.
You had mentioned the first half, Lou, about Karen Fitzgerald kind of being lost in the ballgame, yet she's their big scorer. She's shooting 66%. Now, I haven't seen her play before, but looking at her size and the way she's playing out here, most of her game is inside. Well, that's where Rutgers' strength is, individually, and as a team, their defense is not letting it get inside.
Zulo dishes to Fitzgerald, and Karen cannot hit. All alone is Foley. She'll lay it up and in.
So it makes it very tough for Karen to play against those two players inside, and does Rutgers defense, which has great quickness inside and collapse as well.
Wilbur, bounce pass to Zulo. Rutgers has opened up a 16-point lead now. Chris Zulo doesn't go. In and out. Foul on Massachusetts, I believe, on Helen Freeman. Is it Fitzgerald? We'll have to wait and see. It is Helen Freeman. That's her second. That's the third team foul for Massachusetts here in the second half. Austin, Lender, Foley. Inside Howard, fouled underneath. Fitzgerald this time on the foul. And as you mentioned, Dick, it is very tough for Karen Fitzgerald to deal with not only Regina Howard, but when you go inside and you have Wicks in there and Lender coming off the bench, and it's just, she's outnumbered, quite frankly. Here's Howard at the line, hits the first.
It's the defense, too, that collapses, so it's almost 5 players around her if she does get it inside.
Regina Howard averaging 21.2 points per game. Everyone talks about Sue Wicks scoring prowess, but Regina Howard's right there. 48-30. Mass does break the pressure, but Lender with the interception off of Chris Foley's shoulder, and Massachusetts regains. Fitzgerald, baseline, inside, Wilbur. She can't find the ball now, and jump ball should go to Massachusetts.
She started with that ball inside with 3 players around her, then there are 2 players around her. It gives you a lot to think about.
Michelle Pytko, number 25, will enter the game for Massachusetts, and Beth Wilbur will go out. Foley getting her hands on the basketball. The turnaround then by Freeman is short. Maloof runs the break for Rutgers. Here's Foley. She pops, doesn't go. Rebound underneath. Howard knocks it. No, last touch by Massachusetts. Nice hustle by Regina. Oh, last touch by Rutgers. I'm sorry. So Massachusetts does indeed have the ball. Janet Maloof, or they may call it on Howard. T. Austin will come out and Suzanne Cooper into the game for Rutgers. Mary Marquidant on the line for Massachusetts. Sue Wicks back into the game. Regina Howard will sit down. Second is good. 48-31, a 17-point Lady Knight lead. Lender into Wicks. Sue with the turnaround, doesn't go. Rebound Freeman for Massachusetts.
Helen Freeman did a nice job on defense that time. Was right up in Wicks' face, blocked her out, got the rebound.
Turnaround, no good by Michelson. Wicks has it stolen underneath by Maiko. Then she blows the layup, and the foul is on UMass. That is the 15th foul on Massachusetts. Rutgers will bring it up. 15 minutes remaining second half. Foley, Wicks, turnaround, no good. Rebound tapped underneath Lender. Gets it back out to Foley. Foley cross court, Cooper. Doesn't go. Wicks steals. Last touch by Massachusetts.
Michelle Pico was in on that again, had her hands on it, done a nice job aggressively. Off the boards, both ends.
Cooper, Foley. Fires off the front of the rim. Cooper underneath lays it in. Suzanne Cooper, freshman from Maryland. Foul, I believe, will be on Janet Maloof.
Susan Cooper getting some nice quality playing time here now instead of the last minute, the last 2 minutes of the game. Was in early in the first half. Good experience for the freshman.
Good point. UMass trailing by 19. And the work for the good shot, Fitzgerald. Michelson, this is for three, but it's way off. And Maloof pulls it down. Janet Maloof. Foley, what a pass to Wicks, and she is fouled underneath. Chris Foley putting on a passing clinic tonight.
And Maloof pushing the ball down the floor, too. No question about that. You want to get it down, get it to the basket.
Michelle Pico on the foul. That's her third foul and the sixth Massachusetts team foul. Sue Wicks goes to the line, and she will shoot two. Sue, an 80% free throw shooter on the season, so she has excelled at the line. Her first is short. Doesn't that happen every time?
Yes, it does. No question.
She'll shoot another. Second is no good. 0 for 2 from the line. All right, Pico.
Sue Wicks leading the Lady Knights in foul shooting.
Michelson hanging around that three-point line. But Wicks gets her hand caught in the cookie jar that time, and there's foul's called.
Casey Karen Fitzgerald trying to come in. Wicks done a nice job of overplaying her and then getting a little too anxious after she knocked the ball away from Fitzgerald. She picked up the foul. Rutgers makes you work hard to get that ball inside.
Massachusetts, if I'm correct, has scored 3 points in this half. It was 38-28 at halftime. That is correct. Here comes Rutgers the other way, and Austin will pull back out. T. Austin from Patterson. Sue Wicks back to Howard, and a foul. Late whistle, but the foul underneath on Massachusetts. Massachusetts has been outscored 12-3 here in this second half.
Interesting to watch the different styles between those two Rutgers players. Sue Wicks gets it down inside. She kind of takes the finesse, turnaround, pretty jump shot. Regina Howard gets it inside, and she gets that look on her face like, you better get out of my way because I'm going up, I'm going to the basket. If you're in my way, I'm taking you with me. Both of them execute it well. Both of them have kind of two different approaches to it.
And Regina at the line, and the first is good. Rutgers not really smooth from the line tonight, getting some rolls, some bounces. Second is on the way, and good. 52-31. The Lady Knights have opened it up. It is a 21-point Rutgers lead. 13:20 remaining in the game. Foul is on Missy Lender.
Rutgers staying with that matchup defense, but done a very nice job matching up, playing aggressive.
Tara Lewis inbounds, and now Massachusetts will set up. Chris Zulo, number 10. Lewis goes baseline, but Wicks defended well. Here's Fitzgerald. Lewis is open. She pops, doesn't go. Rebound underneath. Cooper with a tough bound, and she pushes it up. Austin calls a play. Sue Wicks, Lender. Wicks is open in the lane. A wild shot off the board. Then Howard with the rebound. Cannot get it to go, but last touched by UMass. Beth Wilbur back into the game for Massachusetts. And Rutgers will throw inside court. Cooper pulls the trigger. Here's Austin. Wicks, cross court. Cooper pops, banks it home.
Nice outside shot by Suzanne Cooper.
54-31. Inside, Freeman comes down with it, goes up and scores.
Did a good job of scoring that time because she had at least 4 Rutgers players right around her.
Here's Wicks. Baseline jumper is good.
Great quickness. A lot of players don't have that capability. It's one thing to be able to stand still and take what you call the zone jumper, but to be able to pick it on, put it on the floor, pick it up quickly against pressure and stick it up, which she did then. That makes a really great player.
56-33, 23-point Rutgers lead. Here's Tara Lewis being played by Wicks. Fitzgerald with the turnaround is no good. Rebound, Rutgers. Cooper doing a great job underneath the boards. She brings it up. Here is Talisha Austin, and kicked by Chris Zulo.
Sue Cooper really number 2 guard at 5'9" or so.
Let's take a look at that
job.
last UMass basket, Dick.
As you see, when they finally drop down in there.
Go.
See, look at the players, 4 Rutgers players right around her there, but she goes up very strong. Make that basket.
Wicks with the rejected shot. And Massachusetts the other way. Good job by Fitzgerald that time underneath.
Massachusetts had trouble down this end filling the lanes. A little indecision there, and that ruined the fast break for him.
Zulo way off. Chris hears it from the crowd.
He's got a little bit of a smile there. Air ball is what the phrase is at times.
Wicks into Howard. Regina, strong move off the glass.
Very strong and to the basket.
58-33, a 25-point Rutgers lead. Freeman with a 360 in the lane.
Kind of looked up, said, where am I now? Where is that basket?
Wicks, swish.
Talk about quickness. It didn't take her much time. A little bit of a pump fake and right up with it.
Timeout, Massachusetts. Jack Lehman wants to talk it over. 9 minutes, 57 seconds remaining, second half. The score is Rutgers 60, Massachusetts 35.
It's tip-off time for college basketball. You'll see over 100 regular season games all live on ESPN, featuring the defending champion Louisville Cardinals. Key games from the Big Ten, Big East, ACC, and 15 more of the nation's top conferences. Games with outstanding independents like Notre Dame. Finals of conference tournaments and matchups from the NCAA championships. It's the stuff dreams are made of. College basketball's best, live on ESPN.
And there's a look at some of the Lady Knight and Scarlet Knight fans, for that matter, since tonight is a doubleheader here at the Athletic Center. Well, Rutgers has taken complete command of this game. They lead at 60-35. And Massachusetts struggling now to get any kind of offensive production going at all. They have scored only 7 points in the last 10 minutes.
Teresa using a lot of people. She started early in the first half, rotating the people in and out, getting some good playing time.
Jill Schilt into the game now for Rutgers. Sue Stecker, number 33, also into the game. That shot outside. And the rebound to Lender. Here's Maloof. Lender. Stecker. Wicks back to Lender. Sue Stecker hits, so she's in the scoring column. Everyone contributing for Rutgers. 62-35. And the route is on. Schilt to Maloof, then intercepted by Wilbur. She tracks it down. Here comes Chris Zullo. Tara Lewis is open, but Wicks either deflected it or made the shot very difficult. I'm not sure if she did get a piece of it. Maloof. One of the funnier moments in the game as that pass goes through the wicket of Sue Wicks. Well, in a 62-35 game, you can laugh that one off. Massachusetts the other way. Inside, Michelson off. Wicks with the rejection. No one knew where the ball was. Wicks saves it, and it finally goes out of bounds. It'll be Massachusetts ball.
Well, that's interesting. Rutgers with that lead, diving on the floor for the ball out of bounds, really hustling.
Here's Maloof. Jill Schilt hits.
Nice play there because Maloof just gave that little front change, looked over to the right, gave that move to the right, threw it back to the left to Schilt. She put nice arch on that shot too.
Rutgers by 29. Fitzgerald doesn't go. Here's Wicks. And Maloof will bring it up. Jill Schilt, Sue Stecker, Sue Wicks. Up, threw it away. But Maloof, well, I thought Janet might save it momentarily. Nice hustle as she goes up on the press table at side court. Janet Malouf will come out. Played a good ball game for the Lady Knights. Not to say that she won't be back. Larissa Gatala back into the game for Rutgers. Lender knocks it away.
Interesting thing about a matchup defense, while a lot of teams play, you never do the same thing twice, and so you can't get into a groove like you can against the standard zone where you know where the weak spot is. The players are doing a little different thing each time they pick up the ball that way.
Michelson's shot is short. Lender tried to save, but she did carry it out of bounds. Or maybe there was a foul underneath. Perhaps that's the call. And that is the call against Massachusetts. That's their 7th team foul. And Missy Lender will go to the line. Here's Lender at the line. She'll shoot 1 and 1. As the buzzer goes off at the free throw. So we'll have to wait and see what they do there. No indication from the referee yet. And they will count the first one. 65-35. Second on the way, and good. So she hits both. 66-35 Rutgers. Fitzgerald knocked away by Wicks. Wilbur, Beth Wilbur with a nice looking shot from about 15. 66-35. Wicks doesn't go. Gets the rebound, puts it up, scores, and is fouled.
Good effort by Sue Wicks after missing the first one, going to get that second rebound.
So Wicks will go to the line, and Sue will try to complete the three-point play. And she does. 69-35. Michelson, nice turnaround jumper from three-point range, doesn't go, and Rutgers running. Here's Catala. Wicks doesn't go. Beth Wilbur trying a bank shot from three-point range. Foul on Massachusetts.
Helen Freeman, I think, a little too aggressive over the back.
And again, with Massachusetts over the limit, Rutgers to the line. Missy Lender just hit her last 2 free throws, and she'll get a 1-and-1 situation here. Just a case here in the second half, Dick, where Massachusetts just unable to get it done on the offensive end.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier. They're working very hard, playing maybe a little bit over their heads. Can they sustain that? Rutgers being very patient, sticking with their game plan.
Lender hits the first. Chrysulo back into the game for Massachusetts, but the Minutewomen trail 70-37. And more substitutions for Massachusetts and for Rutgers. Sharon Adamson in, and Missy Lender comes out. And Missy with another good job off the bench. Played well. Massachusetts about to lose their 4th consecutive game. It's a rough part of the season for them. Oh, Sue Stecker takes it in the face. She appears to be okay.
UMass struggling now, just throwing it up close to the three-point range.
5.5 remaining in the ball game. Tara Lewis throws it out of bounds. She was looking for Fitzgerald, who was cutting across the baseline. Now they say last touch by Rutgers. Crowd doesn't like it. And the turnover against Massachusetts. Here is Jill Schilt. Wicks inside, draws the foul. Sue Wicks will go to the line, she'll shoot 2. And
Teresa Grant
wants to call timeout. Okay. 5 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. There's a timeout on the court. Your score, Rutgers 71, Massachusetts 37.
Come on, Tara, let's go.
All winter long, live life on the edge when ESPN delivers World Cup skiing like you've never seen it before. 16 events, including the 1987 World Championships, America's Downhill from Aspen, and the famous Hahnenkamm provide non-stop thrills. The most prestigious events from the most impressive resorts. There's excitement at every turn, and you won't miss a moment. Your season pass to the World Cup Tour is right here on ESPN.
And welcome back to the Lewis Brown Athletic Center, where Rutgers is about to win their 22nd game of the year. And win it handily. They lead Massachusetts 71-37. For Rutgers, though, the home season is coming to an end very quickly. They'll have one more home game after this, regular season anyway, against Rhode Island. And then tickets to the road, and it's a tough road to hoe the last few games of the season. Penn State, Temple, St. Joseph's, and Old Dominion. So that's a tough finish for Teresa Grentz's club.
It will be tough. We know about the rivalry because we did that Penn State-Rutgers game. We know that Temple has knocked off Penn State when Penn State was down there. Old Dominion, perennial power. St. Joe's, of course, being very tough. So they've got their work cut out for them.
Sue Wicks is at the line, and she will shoot 2 for Rutgers. And our first is no good, off the front of the rim. Something that you pointed out to me during the break, Dick Lloyd. Teresa Grentz sitting down on the Rutgers bench. I don't know if we can get a shot of that at some point, but the reason we bring it up is it is rare. You know the game is pretty much in hand. There's Teresa, very calm.
Pat Coyle giving her some advice there. Teresa, arms folded, relaxed.
Foul underneath.
And she has reason to be relaxed. I think the team is really playing well for her, peaking. The subs are coming in and running the things she wants them to run. They really look very good.
Massachusetts with the basketball. Under 5 minutes remaining in the game now.
Many teams that when you're playing a team that you're much better than, you have a tendency to play to your competition, to be a little sloppy. I didn't really see that with Rutgers.
Here is Chris Zullo. And Sue Wicks still the only starter in for Rutgers. Tara Lewis with the jump shot.
Jack Lehman, the Massachusetts coach, also sitting on the bench, kind of relaxing, I think perhaps for a different reason.
Here's Jill Schilt. Nice move underneath. Yeah. Jack on the short end of the score here. But his team has won 10 games. They are over 500, so they have played good basketball this year, trying to find their rhythm again. Nice shot by Karen Fitzgerald underneath. Or did it count? Did count. Rutgers with the basketball. 74-41 your score. Foul before the shot on Helen Freeman. Suzanne Cooper looking to come back in. And I think she's going to come in for Sue Wicks. However, Sue Wicks is at the line, so she'll have to wait. Wicks has a 1-and-1. And she does not connect. Massachusetts with the rebound. Fitzgerald has it tapped back by Wicks. Stecker is short. Wicks underneath. The foul is on Massachusetts on Chris Zullo. Zullo saying, no, I was pushed. And Cooper in. Wicks is out. So the entire starting lineup now for Rutgers on the bench. Sue Stecker at the line. Her first, good. 75-51. She'll get another. Second on the way and no good. Rebound to Massachusetts. Patel knocking it away. Quickness. Fitzgerald, turnaround, no good. A lot of bodies knocking underneath, but it will go to Rutgers. Jill Schilt for three, doesn't go. Tracked down by Massachusetts. Under 3 minutes now. Traveling on Zullo. Good defense by Jill Schilt.
Nice defense. She just stepped in there, gave her a little bit of room to move, but Zullo moved both feet when she moved.
Here is Schilt. Baseline jumper as she gets the roll. 77-41. Too much traffic underneath there for Freeman. And here comes Rutgers the other way.
That's
2
right.
minutes and 10 seconds are in.
That's what I mentioned, Lou, the consistency of these substitutes coming in, running the same defense, collapsing inside, popping that ball loose, going inside, powering up to the basket.
Sharon Adamson with the hook. 79-41. Just about everyone on the Rutgers team has scored. Stu Stecker called for the foul. Mimi Resslier in the game for Rutgers, number 24. Mimi from Piscataway played for the Piscataway High School Chiefs. Suzanne Cooper will come out. So the bench has emptied at Rutgers. Beth Wilborn hits the first. Second, in and out. Here comes Katawa. Massachusetts on the break. Mito, good. I said Mito, I meant Pico. Shell Pico. 79-44, 1:20 remaining. Clarissa Catala for 3. Foul is on Sue Stecker. And Massachusetts will come the other way. With both teams over the limit, UMass will be shooting. 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining. Well, Dick Lloyd, an impressive win for Rutgers. Again, Massachusetts made a couple of runs at them in the first half, but Rutgers in complete command here in the second half.
I think you're right. It is impressive, and I think it's impressive because Rutgers played its basketball game, didn't allow itself to play the opponent's basketball game. That's a sign of maturity and a sign of a good team.
When you take a look at that late season schedule, you mentioned the games on the road. Penn State, Temple, St. Joseph's, and Old Dominion. But I think, Dick Lloyd, I think that's good for this team to play that type of competition on the road right before the tournament.
I think so. It keeps them from getting complacent. If the schedule isn't strong, that they could get lulled into a situation they don't want to get into.
Tara Lewis with the steal. Then Catala re-steals. Behind the back, she runs into Pico. Last touch by Massachusetts. 1 minute even remaining in the game. Game has been over for quite some time, folks. Here's Catala. Wrestler, Stecker, deflected. Underneath, jump ball will be Rutgers on the alternating possession. Well, Teresa Grentz was sitting down momentarily, but she's back up, still coaching. Jill Schilt wide open, doesn't go. Lewis off of Rutgers, and it is UMass's ball. The interception by Stecker. Up to Catala, cross court, Adamson in the lane with a strong move. Sharon didn't care what was in her way that time.
Well, it's tough when you're coming off the bench and you don't get a lot of chance to score. When you get that one opportunity, you're not going to think twice about it.
And she went for it. She'll be at the line. She'll shoot 2. First is good. Sharon Adamson from Highland Falls, New York. She'll get another. And the second good. 81-46. Rutgers will win its 21st game of the season and remain still the only undefeated team in the nation. Tapped back by Massachusetts. They'll set up. 15 seconds remaining. Beth Wilbur for 3. Short. A scramble. Short. Rebound. Wilbur scores. Beth Wilbur scores, and that'll do it. So, their final score, 81-48. Rutgers wins their 21st game of the season. They are 21-0, still ranked 2nd in the nation, and Massachusetts will drop to 10-9 with a loss in their 4th consecutive loss. And very quickly, Dick Lloyd, just a solid effort for Rutgers.
I think a great effort. We don't want to miss talking about that defensive effort. They held them to 48 points. Granted, they had a little better individual ability, but I think that matchup defense they played the entire game was extremely effective.
And Massachusetts, nice effort in the first half, especially off the boards, and I think Jack Lehman's club can build on that.
Oh, I think so. It's tough coming into a situation like this. The nation's only undefeated team had home court advantage here. The team is peaking, being very easy for them to fold. They played right to the very end.
All right, that'll do it. Once again, your final score, 81-48. Rutgers University Lady Knights basketball brought to you by Effinger Sporting Goods, New Jersey's largest sporting goods complex located on Route 28 in Bound Brook. For Dick Lloyd and the rest of the Channel 6 sports crew, I am Lou Brogno, thanking you very much for joining us. Once again, your final score is Rutgers 81 and Massachusetts 48.